Alright, all you Womp Rat shooters out there, welcome back to MusicVillage. And apparently, according to the Maestro, we got asked one more question for the Star Wars special that I know that's coming up this week. What force are you going to represent? Well, since we're technically on the fence, we decided to end off this decade by representing the Rebel Squadron. Because 292, for some strange reason, reminds me of a unit that was actually set up for the Rebels. So, yeah, that's what side we're going with. And with that answer properly given to you fans out there, I think it's time for us to go ahead and check out some games that are trying to make their way to the main stage for another edition of the Friday Night Greenlight. And yes, Maestro, Greenlight, the lightsaber that you're wielding right now that you need to put down before you get somebody hurt. And the first game that we have up comes from the developers Crema, nice developer name by the way, with their game Temtem. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Digimon with a little hint or a large hint of Pokemon in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, besides getting a chance to battle alongside with certain creatures, they also allow you to find new abilities in the world to help your creatures evolve even greater than they already are. And maybe a chance to fly at least one of them. Well, if they grow big enough to fly. Because all the ones that I see are human size, and I don't think something the same size as you will be able to carry your weight as you fly across the skies. But then again, I could be wrong. But before I try to figure that out, folks, the next game that we have up comes from the developers Pixpill with their game Eastward. And this game automatically reminds me of a version of not only Don't Starve, with a little hint of Fallout in there as well. Maybe Fallout 3 by the looks of it. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, besides getting the ability to own one of those fat boy nuke launchers, they also give you the ability to design your own weapons as you make your way through this barren wasteland of a world. And maybe get a chance to have a friend join alongside with you too, because I got a feeling you're gonna need a little bit of backup out there, especially if there's something like death claws in this game, which I have a feeling in this post-apocalyptic world there probably is. And the next game that we have up comes from the developers Mobius Digital with their game Outer Worlds. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Lost in Space with a little hint of Time Squad and No Man's Sky. Yeah. And here's hoping in the near future that robot assistant that they showed during the trailer can actually help you discover new planets as you make your way through this world. And apparently the Maestro said, what robot assistant? And for the first time on this show, I can actually tell him, turn to page 5, and there it is, playing the banjo. So yeah, a chance for that to help you out, Maestro, to help you try to discover new planets in that said galaxy. And he agrees. Nice. And the next game that we have up comes from the developers Wolf Eye Studios with their game Weird West. Nice name for the game, by the way, too. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Gun with a little hint of Go West in there as well. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that they decide to allow you to own your own property to help protect you from the horrifying ways you could probably die in the West. And if not that, maybe a chance to ride a bull of some type? I don't know. Because this game, with how many people we've seen dead while you're walking through this said town, and even through a makeshift forest, yeah, I don't think they're gonna offer you any form of pale shelter that you could use in this game. And Maestro said at one point he thought he saw a pentagram, so safe shelter, no, I got a feeling that's not gonna happen. And the next game that we have up, besides a West game that is truly weird like they have in the title, comes from the developer Luis Antonio with their game 12 Minutes. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of Hitman, The Adjustment Bureau, and even Looper. And here's hoping in the near future for this game that you can actually decide which way this loop decides to go. Because you're trapped in an infinite time loop, and since it's only 12 minutes long, maybe get a chance to decide how this 12-minute loop goes. And Maestro also wanted me to say that this reminds him of Groundhog's Day. Well, you're right, but it lasted longer than 12 minutes in the movie, but you know what? We'll go with it. But like I said before, a chance to control it. That's all I want. And the next game that we have up comes from the developers Wolfire Games with their game Receiver 2. And this game automatically reminds me of a combination of shoot 'em up with a little hint of 13 in there as well. And maybe a little bit of Mr. and Mrs. Smith with the fact that your bathroom transforms into a shooting range. Yeah, which is pretty cool too, by the way. And here's hoping in the near future that besides getting a chance to test out all of these different forms of pistols and revolvers, they actually amp things up for you to actually use shotguns, automatic weapons, and maybe a couple of the old weapons from the days that they don't really talk about that Arlie Gunny was able to test out. Or Arlie Ermy. I always used to call him Gunny, but the guy who played the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. A chance to test out all the weapons that he did, to simplify it a little bit. And the next game, or should we say the last but not least game that we have up for this week, comes from the developers Glass Bottom Games with their game Skatebird. Nice! And Maestro said he could have sworn we mentioned this game on the show before, and yes, we did, Maestro, for not only Under the Radar, but I do believe the Tuesday night special as well. But like we say all the time here, folks, it never hurts to mention the game more than once, and this game still reminds me of a combination of not only Skate, with a little bit of Tony Hawk in there, and a splash of a what-if scenario if Tweety decided to do a kickflip on a skateboard. And here's hoping in the near future for this game, besides getting a chance to customize your own bird and even do your own custom tricks, is maybe, just maybe, a chance to create your own skate park as well for your friends to try out. And especially a skate park where one of these birds that we called Antonio before the show started can do a cool McTwist while wearing that pair of headphones. Yeah, those are headphones. So let's hope that they can come up with a skate park where Antonio can do a cool McTwist whilst wearing those headphones. Only hope we have. And if you guys want to check out any other cool games that are still trying to make their way to the main stage via cargo ship, cargo plane, or subterranean train that is currently rumbling underneath your toes, you can head on over to the store.steampower page, only known as store.steampower.com, and click ever so lightly on that upcoming button and use the force while you try to hit that Indy button as well to check out a whole bunch of cool games that are waiting for you to try out while you try to escape Empire-like forces on Yavin 4. Yeah, because currently right now, the rebels are winning by about a good 15 troops on that planet, and I got a feeling these games is gonna help them really push the tide more in their favor. You know, sort of an irresistible force in this case. And with that said, folks, I think it's time for us to head back into this music once again. And when we return, we'll be back with another intergalactic new DJ Smokey's True Video Game Stories right after this. So don't go anywhere just yet, folks, and stay tuned.